Yay. I will never say Friday. It is Friday to the yay yay. Anyway, we got a good one this morning. This one is brought to you by one of the horsemen. So fasten your seatbelts. Get ready to go for this ride. Grab your coffees, get your drink. If you're hungry, get yourself something to eat. We're gonna rock out today. Thank you all for joining. Truly appreciate y'all. Ooh, last day of the week. Let's get it. So with that being said, let me not even waste no time. See where my brothers is at. Always first lieutenant in the building. Top of the miz on him, my brother.
What's good? What's good?
You know, we alive.
It's Friday.
Yes, sir. Got another young buck in the building. All right, so you already know. Today we're gonna try to keep it as minimum as possible because we want to try to get everybody, all of us want to get our words out. I know we do. No disrespect to none of my brothers. But we're not gonna even including myself, I'm going to limit what I have to say today. Try to keep my answer short and sweet. What's up, Michael? Welcome in, young brother.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, good morning. So, like I always ask my brothers, if y'all can cam up, please do.
Morning, Ray.
Respectfully. I see you in there 7'5". You can't hide from me, little bro. I see you in the building. You trying to creep. Ain't no creeping up on the kid. See all y'all when you pull up.
Good morning, fellas.
Good morning. What's going on, baby? Everybody good? I hope we all in good spirits this morning. So, we got a good one for y'all. This is brought to you by Uncle Angelo, ladies and gentlemen. Give Uncle Angelo a shout out, give him his praise this morning because the brother came up with a topic. Thank you for one of the horsemen for doing what he needs to do. So, would you like to bring it out, baby?
Man.
Look, he about to hurt feelings. He had to go off camera. Give him a minute, y'all. Yeah, but this is how I'm moving from now on. If my brother got a topic, y'all the ones gonna have to represent it. I'm lying. Y'all come up with it. Y'all gonna represent him. We just here to talk about it. Real talk. Because that's what family do. We should be able to allow your counterparts and what's up, cover girl? Welcome in. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Can you please help Rain tap the screen, share the live out? It is Friday. Show some love and support. If you support the channel, just to let you all know, I'm on YouTube as well. Same name, Velvet Jones 2.0 on YouTube. Follow me there. We will be broadcasting from there soon.
All right. Well, it's Friday. Might as well go on. Get it going. The question is really to my brothers, but I need my sisters to listen. All jokes aside. And the question simply is this. What's one thing men wish women understood about how we process emotions? Say it again. What's one thing you wish women understood about how we process emotions? That's gonna be, it's right there in the chat. We ain't even gotta guess. I'm gonna keep putting it in there. And for me, really, it had to understand. I think we really, really, really need to understand that. Because I had to sit back on this. I've been sitting on this for a few days now. And I think it's very important for us to understand that, simply put, men regulate. We all have emotions, but we regulate our emotions. And here's the thing, even if we have no real examples, meaning let's say we're hard-nosed, everything is rough, we don't really have, but we regulate, because most of the time very rarely will you find a man who's indifferent. So I'm going to say the difference. There's a difference between regulating and being indifferent. And what I mean by that simply is, thank you. When we are regulating, we care about what we say. So don't take our silence as being an issue. Take our silence as being we're processing. Give us a minute. Give us a place to breathe. However, too oftentimes we pay attention to the indifference part, which is simply we really don't have a concerned. We're gonna say when you say this is just me, this is how I am, this is how I get down. You really don't care about the outcome necessarily. You just gonna say what you need to say or do what you need to do. But understand this: we as men understand this. We regulate. We regulate a lot of our answers, which means we care about what we're saying and how we present ourselves, even if we don't have all the tools. I'm gonna land right there.
Oh. Yeah, I got it. Let's go. This is not my day.
Well, I guess we all would approach it, man, for us now, because a lot of our elders did it differently. Not that they did it, I think they did process their emotions and they compartmentalized differently because they had to in the times that they were in. But I guess now, for me, I speak for myself. Way I process it, I think the way a lot of men do, because I'm trying to find a way to say this. I know for a lot of us, not all of us, it tends to be one of our first reactions tends to be anger in a lot of ways. But I would say a lot of us, like, we do different things to process, but it takes us time. It takes us different. We take different routes. We take different avenues. Being that it's a different burden on us, so I would say, sometimes it is that sitting in the car by yourself for a moment. Sometimes it is that walk, that silence. Sometimes some women might think we're shutting down. It's not us shutting down. It's us putting things in their proper place within ourselves. So that way, then we can, like you said, articulate it the best way possible. Because I remember a time when I was younger, and I'll land with this. I know we're not supposed to gotta be brief, be bright, be gone.
Do your thing, baby.
I remember a time when I was younger, having different emotions, having different thoughts about my situations growing up, and not being able to talk to some of the guys that I was around because they weren't really close to me like that. These were guys I might have just been hooping with at the time, and so my response to them was just, y'all don't understand. I just left it at that. So I think for us, a lot of times as men, we have these thoughts in a daily, whether it's certain things we're trying to do for our family, do for ourselves. We're not shutting down. We're taking time, whether it be while working, whether it be while we are out and about, whether it be when we just have that moment in our car, just sometimes even taking time with God. Taking time with God, I think for some of us, I won't say a lot of us, is how we process our emotions. We gotta have that time. Otherwise, it's that buildup is gonna end up becoming like almost an explosion.
Come on, Micah.
Well, you know how I do. So, I ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing. See, what women don't understand about how we compute things. See, we are logical thinkers, right? God made us logical. So the moment that we want to express ourselves or to get something across, most men are not wanting to repeat themselves. We don't like to have to go, okay, look, babe, this is X, Y, and Z. This is how I feel about these things. This is how I'm coming to you with my raw emotion, with everything. Why? Because a man, today's generation, right, we're made to feel that we can't express like that, right? Only the woman can express with emotion and all of the different things that come with it. When a man speaks, he's supposed to be monotone. He's supposed to be respectful. He's supposed to be this to get his point across. Well, the misconception of all of this is that a man is supposed to be the voice for the home. So when the man speaks, that foundation is already spoken. But if the woman is not wanting to adhere to what is being brought with the emotion, with the way that man is bringing it logically, that's where the confusion starts to happen, because one party is actually trying to give you the understanding from a man's perspective and how it affects us and how, what words are said and how a woman responds to the things that we are bringing to the table. We have to understand that women have to understand that when you choose to love a man, you're choosing to love his leadership. You're choosing to love what comes out of his mouth. You are choosing to listen and go, okay, what can I do to make sure that what he is speaking, I'm going to make it fulfilled. So if he doesn't like when I do this, if he doesn't like if I say these things or how I approach things with certain matters, I should be able to respect what he has to say and not make this man feel like he's not allowed to be a man. I rest.
Thank you, brothers. Wow, y'all hitting points already this morning. This what we doing. This how we starting off. I would say this. It's I think for some it is hard for some women to process to understand how we process our emotions, and they think that we're actually either trying to come against them or we just don't want to be around them. It's not that. It's like sometimes we just need time. We just need our own time and our own little space. It's not saying I'm not going to come back to you, but at that moment, I need to process. And if you can't understand, if you're not there to help me process, then I need to do it on my own and process it the way I need to process. I can't process everything the way that you want me or your expectations of me to process what I'm going through. What up, Big Leo? I can't do that. So you have to be respectful enough to understand, like, okay, maybe my baby needs some space. Maybe he needs some time. Then give me that time and give me that space. But allow me to process. Don't keep badgering me and asking me, baby, what's wrong? Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? When I wasn't okay and I was trying to come, you didn't understand how to do anything. Now that you see that I'm grieving, I'm going through certain things. Now you want to come. No. At the end of the day, some of y'all should know your man. You should understand, and you should learn your man how he's processing, so that way you can be there to help this man go through what he needs to go through, and you can understand what he's going through. Mr. Ford, what's up, brother? Welcome in. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. How y'all doing?
We all good.
Good morning. Good morning, bro.
So
Good morning, bro.
is it the light skinned dudes that sound like Barry White? That's what we're doing.
You see that, right? The whole bottom row. The whole bottom row.
You know what?
Ask real quick, because we all got the white shoes. I just want to make sure I know before it's Friday. So
my son sound like a lion, like he growling. Like what you talking about?
yeah. So I'm sorry for being off task. It's just that's the ADD. And let me say this too, man. Is that I think it's very important too that not only do we have to understand, and now it's come to light very often that we internalize a lot, and we internalize it not because of necessarily upbringing. We're wired, and if that doesn't make sense to you, there's an old book, and it's really a good book. Men are from Mars, we're from Venus, and you understand how we actually are made up, not only physically but also biologically, the whole 9 yards. And if you understand that point of who we are, then you have to also understand that our upbringing does play a part in it, but we internalize our information first. Because again, by nature, we're fixers, and because we're fixers, we want to make sure that we give the best answer possible. And here's the thing, like was said before, when we don't have all the answers, that's a very uncomfortable feeling when you're like, man, I don't even have the answer to that. And here's the thing, and if you don't have some kind of faith base to go fall on, you're really in a bad situation, because now you can't even figure out how to answer the question or where to go get the information from. So that's why it's important for us to have some kind of relationship with our Heavenly Father, because then you go ask Him. But if you don't have that, who you ask? You go ask another unqualified person. Ain't but one person is qualified to handle an individual's life. But let me say this so that we can keep moving this conversation on real quick. Ladies, understand this too. Fellas, how we operate is that I learned this too for a long time, that a lot of my keeping my stuff to myself was, you have to understand, emotional safety requires us to be, in order for us to be honest with you about how we feel, we got to feel some kind of safety. And I mean emotional safety. We don't need your protection. We need emotional safety, which invites us to be honest with you. Now, that doesn't mean we're not, and being honest with you leads us to being transparent with you. So that's what's important. Understand, we need emotional safety. What do I mean by that? Another way of saying that, and I'm going to land this plane, is we tell you something intimate, something serious, something that's heartfelt, you get mad and throw it in our face. Guess what happens? you can put a lock on that door. Matter of fact, you might go build a whole new house because that ain't no more getting in that house.
It's not even a house, bro. It's the fact that when you do that, and I open up to you, and you throw it in my face, you just destroyed the fabric of the whole relationship in itself. You lost that trust. You lost me. I can no longer talk to you in a certain type of manner because I cannot trust you with anything that I say.
Mhm.
That's where the problem begins. And now I have to turn to someone else to express how I truly feel. And that's the worst part. How can I love you, but I can't trust you?
Real.
It's real.
Can you truly love somebody you don't trust?
Mm.
Can you trust somebody that you truly love?
Y'all going in.
Oh, y'all doing that? We doing this
Yeah,
already?
I mean, if that's what we do,
Very good.
if that's what we do, because at the end of the day, right, what do women like? Right? Think about it. When a woman, right, so you sit down with a woman, they'll go over a whole list with you of what they expect from you, what they didn't get from their past relationship. They'll break it all down to you. And what do we do as men? We soak up all that wisdom. We soak up all that knowledge. And what we start doing with that is we start logically planning on how that not to happen again in your life. So that way you don't end up in the same relationship on repeat. Right? So a man sits there, he goes, okay, she telling me she went through this. She telling me she doesn't like this. She telling me, man, my ex used to do this. So what am I going to do? I'm going to make sure I don't do that. I'm going to make sure I don't press those buttons. I'm going to make sure that I don't make you so emotional like your ex did.
But if,
I'm going to step it up. But the problem is, women want men to constantly step up. But when a man approaches their woman and says, hey, I need you to step up in these areas, oh, I'm not loving you enough. Oh, I don't respect you enough. I'm not doing enough. You telling me something that I'm wrong at? Oh no, I'm a woman. I ain't never wrong. We don't make mistakes. I love you the way I'm supposed to love you. If you can't appreciate that, well, there's other women out there that'll love you, right? That's the normal answer that we receive when we try to tell our truth. Is that there's other options for other people to love us. Not let me work on what you're bringing to the table, what you're telling me that I need to work on. Nah, that doesn't always normalize in normal relationships. Most of the time, the man is constantly having to work on something while the woman is sitting there waiting for the man to work on it. And if the man does not get that there, oh, all of a sudden the phone is, all of the social media, all of a sudden you're staying out later, all of these things start happening because you're not meeting the mark that she wants you to meet.
but here's the thing, brother. Brother Ford, you wanted to say something. For those that are here, can you please help the people in the chat? Tap the screen. Thank you, chat. We truly appreciate y'all. And if you're enjoying the live so far, chat, just put a 1 in the comments. We respect that. Thank you. Come on, Mr. Ford. I know you got something you want to say, brother. My bad.
Yeah, real quick. I'll be brief. Right, be brief. Be bright. Be gone. So here's the thing: women are generally told what they're supposed to look for in a man, but men are very rarely told what to look for in a woman. So what ends up happening is we go through life figuring out, trying to make sure that we show up for the blueprint of the women, and the women don't have to have that blueprint on how they need to show up for a man. So it's always expectation, but no performance from a woman because they don't necessarily we don't know what to ask for, and they don't have a blueprint as far as what we're supposed to what we want, right? So that's why it's so important to set those boundaries and understand who you are and what you want, right? And what's good for you in the beginning, and share that. Because if you don't, you'll find yourself just trying to please, to show up as the man that she wants you to be, and you don't even know what woman she needs to be for you. I'll end it.
But you know what the problem is, though, with that whole situation, brother? We showing up the man that we want, that, but we're not showing up as our true selves. Once again, think about how we are saying this. We are showing up for what you want me to be, but I am not who I'm supposed to be for you. It's a major difference. And you trying to show up for the woman that you're supposed to be for me, but you are not showing up as the woman that you are. I want you. And this is what men and women should start saying. Not what I want, not what my expectations of you. I want you. So this is the reason why we can't truly accept each other for who we truly are. And this is why everybody has representatives. Men and women alike, we both have representatives because we are representing the person that we want. Come on.
Exactly. That's about exactly what I was just about to say. That's where the representative comes in. Now here's the problem. People get tired of playing that role. And when they get tired of playing that role, because some roles, some of people are really stretched. They really stretch it. Like it may be Oscar winning performances, honestly, for as long as they can pull it off because it's so far from who they are naturally. That's when the representative leaves, and now it's like, wait a minute, who's this person? No, this is the person that was always there. You just gave them a blueprint as far as what they were supposed to do, and that's where it gets interesting. The blueprint isn't necessarily supposed to be shared because the blueprint's going to be specific to us. So we just need to understand what it is that we need, and we should allow people to show up. So quit having questions about what do you need and what do you want in a man, because we will show up like that. Women, quit having those conversations if you're asking, and a man's telling you what he needs in a woman, because you will start showing up as that individual. And then after a while, you get tired of going to work. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Let me take that. Let me take let me take this work shirt off and just be me. And then all of a sudden, it's nowhere near the person nowhere near the person you were. And then it's like, oh, wait a minute, you changed. Nah, I just took off the uniform. I got tired of greeting people at Walmart. You know what I'm saying? And now this is who I am.
Come on, 7-5. I seen your hand, baby. Come on.
My bad, sir.
No, he's good. You good. Come on, 7-5. You good.
You're muted.
You're muted, baby. I know you're over there cooking, baby, bro, but I can't hear you.
Let me jump in real quick then. So,
Very white.
I have to agree with what you're saying. Actually, for me, it's even more than having a uniform on, bro. That's our form of wearing a mask.
Mm.
Because what we're doing literally is we're playing the part according to what the script says. Here's the thing. We don't even have our own script. We just, ta-da. So we're going to be everything we need for everyone because it's necessary for us to be that. Because again, remember, like you said, we as men choose a wife, choose a mate. That's what we do. But we don't have all the pieces. We just know. Here's the thing. People say, how do you know? It's called spirit to spirit. You go, wait a minute. There's something about this person. You even got to say that. You just see him beyond the curve. You go, there's something about this person I need to talk to them for a second. And when you start having a conversation, you go, oh, okay, it's on now. So really, what you just said, Ford, is true. We put on our work clothes, but it's really our form of a male mask. We got to be on point, and we do a job because what? Most of us do a job because of what? We take care of our family. Doesn't mean we love the job. We just do the job. But here's the thing. We are providing for you. Do you want us to just provide for you or love on you? Which more is more important? Because again, if you want us to be the loving, caring, that type of guy, then guess what? Let us have our own script. And be cool with the script that's presented to you, not write it for us. I land.
7-5, you got the floor, brother.
I appreciate you, bro. What I was going to say, and I'm probably trying to make this last time I use a movie reference.
No, that's your thing. Don't stop. If you stop moving movie references, we're gonna think something wrong.
Yeah. No, but I just thought about this now as everybody was talking the movie The Crow. That's one of the things I looked at as far as I guess somewhat of an example of how sometimes men we process our emotions, because in that movie, if anyone has seen it, there was a young girl in there that was a friend of his and a friend of the deceased, the woman that had passed away, and he kept the distance from that girl, and he was battling so many different things at the same time. I think this is a lot of men. He was battling trying to avenge the woman that he lost and he loved. He was battling his heartbreak, his sadness through that. He was also battling trying to watch after this little girl. All these things at once he was trying to juggle. And there was a point in the movie where she basically started to realize it was him, that he had returned, and tried to embrace him, but he kept the distance from her. And when this happened, she thought that he just didn't want anything to do with it anymore. Thought that she didn't care, that he didn't care. And she literally said this to him when I guess she found out where he was staying and everything else like that. And he decided to show himself and told her that he did care. But I think it never dawned on her that it wasn't so much that he didn't care. It wasn't so much that he didn't want to be around her. It was that he had this internal battle within himself. All these things he was trying to balance within himself. And the only way he could do that sometimes was to be by himself. It was to process those things by himself, because it was anger, it was sadness, it was feeling like he let down the woman he loved. It was him trying to watch after this young girl. It was him trying to do what he felt needed to be done. So I think that's something a lot of women don't think about when it comes to us as men. We don't show certain things. It's not so much that we don't want to. When we're trying to also remain the strength that we feel like we have to as a man, but it's also trying to balance all these things within ourselves before we convey it to you.
I want to say this to men, to some of the brothers out there. Showing your emotions to the woman that you love is not a sign of weakness. It's actually a sign of strength. Don't let some people will tell you, oh, if a man shows emotion, he's weak. No, that makes you a strong man, which means that you are connected within yourself. You know who you are. Emotions does not cause you to be a weak individual as a man. Understand that, fellas, because there are a lot of men that try to. I'm trying to hold on to, try to fight it. You are weaker when you're holding on to it, because you're causing more pain to yourself. You should be able to express it. You should be able to let it go. And if this woman said that she loved you, she should be able to understand and accept it the same way that you have to accept hers and understands her as a man.
Yeah, I would say there's a misperception out there, and this is just reiterating what you said. The strongest you will ever be is that very moment that you allow yourself to be vulnerable. It takes strength to be vulnerable. I promise you. That's why people have a hard time doing it. Not because it's easy, because it takes strength, and a lot of us are in a place of weakness, and we struggle to do that. So we just want to protect ourselves. But it takes strength to be vulnerable, and that's when you understand how strong you really are. Because at the end of the day, we do know, to Unk's point, we do know those moments of vulnerability quite often get weaponized against us, and that's damaging beyond repair.
Too much damaging, to be honest. So much, and sometimes it's hard for us to. I'm not even gonna say it's hard for us to express it. Sometimes we feel like we want to express certain things, but if we don't get that safe space and we don't have that opportunity, if we feel like you're about to judge me based on what I'm going to say, or we feel attacked, a man is not. We don't want to feel attacked, ladies. We just want to be loved. We don't ask for much, to be honest. Men are very easy. We are very easy. We are very simple. Feed us, love us, give us safe space. That's it. We don't ask for much. We would give you the world. But sometimes you make it hard, and then it's like we got to go through stuff, and now we got to go through stuff that you're going through, and then try to sit like the 3 basic rules. 3, like you said, in 4 basic food groups, we only got 3. To be honest, feed me, love me, give me a safe space.
Yeah, I think as men, we get so focused. I think this is something good for women to know. We get so focused on the provision part that oftentimes we forget what we even want and what we even need. We are so focused on trying to provide something. And I'm not, when I mean provision, I'm not talking monetary. I'm talking, that could be part of it. But a lot of times it's just being the man that's going to be able to protect his home. We can get so caught up in focused on that. Oftentimes we start losing ourselves. We start losing ourselves, and then years go by, and we go, man, I don't really know what I like. I stopped golfing. I stopped fishing. I stopped doing whatever it is that I like to do for myself because I was so busy showing up for what everybody else wanted from me. You know what I mean? And then what ends up happening is if you have a solid woman who's paying attention to you, she will force you. She will, I need you to go. Here's your time. Go do it. But What happens is when people are used to taking and not giving, they forget. They forget that, oh, wait a minute, this is reciprocal type of energy that I need to make sure that I provide for these individuals. And so I don't want my man to lose his identity. And as men, we shouldn't want our women to lose their identity. I'm going to need you to get up out the house away from me for a day. You know what I'm saying? And find something that you need to do. If it's going with your girls, going to get your hair done here, you know what I'm saying? I need you to do that because I need you to continue to have a self of identity outside of me. Right? You should be growing individually and we should be growing together at the same time. And that's how two people come together and really create something special and longevity. Because now everybody's growing at the same time. I'm growing, she's growing, and we are growing at the same time because we give ourselves space to do such.
So does it sound like does it sound like you want to miss your woman? Like fellas, let's be honest. How many of us really want to miss the women that we with? I want to miss you. If I'm around you too much, if the you know when you really miss your woman when she going somewhere, when she's going on a trip and you home alone, and you realize that there was patterns in the home that she normally do, and now you stuck in the house, you like, dang. Like, dang.
If he ain't gonna make it so.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like the breakfast, like certain things don't taste the same, the bed don't feel the same. Like it's crazy work, but you realize watching TV doesn't feel the same. Certain things that you guys do together does not feel the same when she's not there. You want to miss the person that you're with. That creates it. Come on.
For real? No, you are for real stepping on it. It's for me, real talk, for me, it's like the other half of my brain is gone. I'm not even being funny. Like, I'm so serious. Like, if the wife, she dip off and got to go somewhere, take care of some stuff for a few days, a conference, whatever the case may be, bro, I get to forgetting stuff. And it's not because she prepares it for me. It's just I'm used to certain things. I'm going, wait a minute. Bro, there's been days in the same week. One day forgot my phone. Next day forgot my wallet. Next day forgot to bring my lunch. You're like, bruh, you don't do this every day. Why are you doing this now? All of a sudden you forgetting stuff that she doesn't prepare. Just because she's not around, things are a little wishy-washy. You're like, oh, this is not good. And so I tease. I'm like, you ain't allowed to leave no more because I be forgetting stuff. I'm messing around, walking around, driving with no license. It's at the house. Lunch at the house. Phone at the house. Stuff you bring with you every day because it's in the same place. How you forget it today? You know what I'm saying? So we understand that we want to be, as again, and this is only, I'm saying this very simply as we can. This is only, we're talking about it when you find the one. And do yourself a favor, fellas. When you find the one, make sure she understands she's the one and do what's right with the one. Stop. Let's not playing footsie, man. Just spend the night mess. Come on, bro.
That crap.
Because here's the thing. You being disrespectful not only to her, but yourself. We're gonna buy more food for a full fridge? No. Empty the fridge out, let her go do her thing. You go do your thing, even if it's foolishness. Go do your thing with somebody else who want to do foolishness. But stop holding up these women with the foolishness. And fellas, for real, when you're having real conversations with the one, it's okay to be afraid. That's what courage is. It's okay. It is okay. Fear is not a cuss word. Fear is not a cuss word. It is not a cuss word. It's a real word. It's a word you got to acknowledge. It's okay to be afraid. But do yourself a favor. Have the courage to have the real conversation about what you really feeling, what you really want to do. Better yet, telling them what your plan really is, even if you don't really know what it is, to work it out. Because that's when they can help you. That's when they can come behind it and support it. They can't support what they don't know.
I want to give the hard part now. I got to give the hard part. Come on, we can't give the good without the bad. You got to get both. So, ladies, if you going somewhere and your man don't miss you, that means your man don't want you. If you going and your man does not call you the entire time that you are going, that man does not love you like that. He's happy that you are going. That means you have been getting on his nerves, and he's been waiting for you to leave for the longest so he can find a peaceful place to be. That's his peace. When you're not there, and he doesn't call you, do the math. How many of y'all went away and your man ain't call you? He ain't call you not one time. Because he found that's his safe space now. You created the safe space by leaving. He's at peace. He got a peace of mind. He does not miss you. He is actually walking in his glory because you are not there. So that tells you. So now what you have to ask yourself is this: who is the problem, him or you? And how do you fix that?
Yeah, food be tasting better, music sound good. You know what I'm saying? The couch is extra comfortable. You know what I mean? Like you be looking at your watch, like just slow down for a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
See,
Slow down for a little bit.
I'm looking at the responses. It's not about breaking up. It's about fixing something. You have to find out what the problem is to correct the problem. That's what it is, ladies. I mean, it's not about he should leave or you should leave. See, this is the problem with people have so many track shoes in their closet instead of having on hiking boots. See,
I love what you said there, bro.
It's,
I love what you said
That's a
there.
bar. That's a bar right
That's a bar for sure.
Man, listen here. Now,
Sorry, bro. Let me go.
you know how I do. So, I want to use myself for an example. You know, I don't speak at my woman. I speak to her, right? To where there should be no confusion, right? And when like the way my woman it works out is when she needs her space, I give her her space. Why? Because she explains to me that if you don't give me the space that I need, I'm going to say some things that are really going to cut you. Why? Because I'm not in the right emotional state of mind to respond or to give you anything that can fix our relationship at this moment. So I need time to digest what my emotions are feeling. I need time to get in my thoughts and go, okay, I need to go to the Most High. What do I do with this? How do I respond to the man that I love? Right? Because if I respond right now, it ain't going to be pretty, and it's going to lead us to what? More disagreements when that's not what the woman is trying to accomplish. Okay? So when you're a person, for instance, for a man, for me, I'm a video game. So she knows I'm gonna go hit that video game and play that for a couple hours, get my laughs out. And we need to lock in. You know, we all gotta be on that Call of Duty, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, you know, I'm just saying, it's your boy. So if your partner is telling you this is how I process things, you gotta listen to it. Right? In the beginning, I didn't know how to process the things that she was going through because she would just shut down out of nowhere. And I'm sitting there going, wait a minute, like, hold up, what are you doing? I talk. We need to talk. We need to figure this thing out. And her response is, I can't give you an answer right now because I'm too in my emotion. I'm not going to give you what you are asking for. So please give me my space. And let me come to you, and I promise you, we're going to be all right. It's all about learning your partner. And if you don't want to learn your partner, then you shouldn't be in a relationship. You should just be single and learn yourself. And the quicker that you learn yourself, the quicker that you will be respectful and learn your partner. Because you took the time.
Let me jump in real quick, brother. Let me say this to some of y'all, to some of the women out there. When he's saying learning your partner, which means like this: if you don't learn a person in the beginning before you jump into a relationship, you are in trouble. You are in trouble. This is the point of courting. See, this is the reason why courting is so important. Not dating. Courting is so important. See, you can date and you can think that you know the person, but you only know a percentage of the person, and then you decide that guess what? We are together. But if I'm courting you, I'm getting to know you on a personal level, and that way I figure out if you are the right fit for me or not. See, that's what's so important about courting. It's not saying I'm courting to marry you, but guess what? That's the whole goal. That is the end game. I'm courting you. I'm trying to get to know the right person. I'm not going out dating multiple people because I'm dating different emotions. Come on, y'all. Courting the right person. I'm learning you. So that way I know if this is the woman for me, if this is the man for me, or if not, then I'm able to move on. Listen, we're not in line with each other. There are certain things that you do that I may not like. There are certain things that I do that you may not like. But if you can adjust to a person and understand, I know his triggers. She knows my triggers. I know her trick. You see what I'm saying? It has to be an equal balance. And a lot of times there are no balances in a lot of these relationships. Thus is the reason why people keep a lot of track shoes in their closet. I'd rather have a bunch of Timbs, a bunch of hiking boots, because I'm going to climb up that mountain. I'm going to go on that hike with this person. It's going to be some rough terrain, but we're going to get through it together. It's a difference. Come on, Unc.
Man, let me throw this in there because I think we need to make it needs to be very clear that we as men being silent for a period of time in the heat of a moment, or when we kind of stare off, or we for a few days, and you just your significant other is asking, "Are you all right? Are you good?" Understand this: we were designed to get the most out of life, or the downloads that we need in life, in silence, in the quietness, in the stillness. And here's the thing: you don't have to be spiritually deep to understand that. It's called getting away so you can get with your own thoughts and ideas. You can't regulate all that with a whole bunch of chaos around you. For example, in our houses, when everybody's doing something, we're trying to do something, you have to focus on something. You can't deal with all the noise. You need to know. You need to shut the noise down so you can go take care of business. Here's the fun part. Again, we act like this is new. No great man did everything he was supposed to do with a whole bunch of people around him yelling and screaming. No one. Not one. Not even our big brother Jesus. He didn't either. As a matter of fact, he got to the point where the people who walk closest to him, so who can walk closer to you than your wife, right? That even when he had his disciples, he's like, two of his closest people, he said, you know what? I'm gonna leave everybody else down here. You two follow me. They went all the way up to a certain point and said, okay, I'm gonna need y'all to stay right here and watch. And he went off by himself. Why? Because he needed to get information from God himself. He needed to go download information so he can handle the situations that were coming next. So ladies, do not take our silence as we've now just cut you off or we've shut down. We didn't necessarily shut down. We may be downloading information to be able to properly address the situation or move us to the next level financially, or in our relationship, or in the welfare of our kids. Remember, it's a heavy load to be the man of the house, because guess what? The decisions are left with us. And that's not being pompous. Again, I'm going to say this like I said before. When Adam and Eve were in the garden and they both sinned, he didn't ask Eve, what did you do? He spoke to Adam first. Why? Because Adam was responsible for what was going on in that garden. He was responsible for that household. So that's why it's important for us to be back in the household, because we should be responsible for what happens, because we don't want, God should have to talk to 4 or 5 people. One. I land.
All right. I'm going to be brief, be bright, and be gone. I'm going to keep reiterating it every time. Every time, Unc, I'm at you. No, I think you made a lot of good points, brother. Listen, when we start cooking, sometimes it just get good. So, but I am going to joke with y'all, and I'll call myself out on it as well. 2 things I got real quick. Number one is when it comes to the men, be very careful with when you're meeting somebody, because there's been plenty of times where I met a woman and we started dating, and she talked about how, yeah, I'm a runner. Admitted, I'm a runner. And family and friends was like, oh, wow, you really with somebody now, huh? And if I would have just looked at that and saw for what it was, you can't expect somebody to stay when everything, including themselves, are telling you that they're going to run at the first sign of inconvenience. Listen, if there's beauty in digging in, there's beauty in throwing on the Timbs and putting in the work, because that's where the longevity comes in with the relationship. Period. And I'm gonna land there because I forgot my other point I was gonna make.
I got something I want to share real quick. When we do these lives, right, fellas, there's always a woman asking, are these married men? Are these married men? I would say yes. You know why? Because the best knowledge comes from married men, not and no disrespect to any of my brothers that are not married. But we experience everything. That's the reason why we got married, because we stopped doing the things that we were doing outside before we got married. It's a big difference. So we basing everything is based off experiences of what we actually went through before we found the woman that we're supposed to be with. It's a difference. So yes, if brothers up here married, yeah, brothers is up here married. Whoop de do. Everything is everything that we have, everything that we have been through. All the women that we may have, and I don't know these brothers past, I don't know these brothers things, but all of the experiences of women that we may have encountered in our lives did not measure up to the. They actually either number one, and ladies, I'm gonna give y'all some kudos. We learned from y'all how to be the husband that we need to be to the woman that we are with right now. For those that are married, understand that. I'm gonna say that again. We have learned from y'all what it is to become a husband to the woman that we are married to. And that's something that some of your women should learn from some of the men that you have dealt with in your lives to become the wives that you need to be for the husband that is trying to find you. I land there.
No, let me add something. Let me add something to that. So real quick, you got two options. You can either allow, or you can either be receptive of us sharing how we feel, or you can call it sassy and shut it down. Listen, a man isn't sassy because now he is telling you how I feel, because women have been begging to understand how a man is feeling. So now that you get what a man is feeling, and it's shining a light on some maybe deficiencies within yourself and how you're showing up for your man, now he's got to be sassy. No, that just means that means you're not capable of taking feedback without feeling attacked. If a man is telling you respectfully, this is what I need and this is how you're making me feel, and now he becomes sassy, nah, you're actually just ignorant. I'll land there.
Y'all, this must be some real Friday stuff. This must be.
From now on, that's how you cook.
Did y'all get some good sleep this morning, last night? I'm wondering.
Absolutely.
Listen,
I ended up sleeping on neck. My phone died, so my alarm didn't even go on.
I want to just say, you know, a lot of times we and see, this is us who men, we are not as difficult as some women think. Some men just make it difficult for other men. Let me say that part. Men are not difficult. Boys, these adult boys make it difficult for women to see the it's, you have two options. You have a man and you have an adult boy, lady. And sometimes y'all can't see the man because you're in front, because that adult boy is in front of you and he's pretending. You can't see the man because that representative is in front of you and that man is hard to see. Sometimes you have to step aside. You have to move in a certain type of way. You have to start playing chess with your life and stop playing checkers. You have to start playing chess in your relationships and stop playing checkers. You got to move different. You got to act different. Each piece, each part, you notice each piece moves differently, but in checkers, everything moves the same. Treat your marriage, treat your relationship like a game of chess. Because that's a thinking game. So you got to think before you move. A lot of us move without thinking because we see the easy jump. It's easy. Come on, y'all. They not ready for this morning, Hunk.
You know what's funny? They say the more things change, the more they stay the same. That old quote. You know what's really funny? And that's why I said, this is why I say I love doing this, because if we weren't plucking some, as the young we say back in the day, we weren't plucking some nerves. And in the old school New York, so if you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. So we understand what we're doing, because it's funny to me to sit back and, like I said, you don't want to pay attention to the comments, but you like, come on now. So it's funny that people says you always point out or lean to the negative and not the positive, right? And that's the scary part, because if someone's giving you nuggets on how to better navigate dealing with the opposite sex, and all you can figure out is all the ancillary things that have nothing to do with the information they would give you to be better at navigating the opposite sex, that tells you a lot about you, not me. And that's the sad part, because again, we don't duck nothing on this thing. We don't duck nothing. Matter of fact, we're being respectful, because normally we've been cut everybody up, but that's not what's important. What's important is you understanding where we're coming from, because again, it's always said, well, men don't talk and we don't understand how you feel. We're telling you, but you know what happens? We get some kind of flack because it shouldn't be this way, or what about you, or what about this? We're not doing that. That's what they do. They do that in elementary school. Well, so-and-so's in trouble. Why you didn't tell them? They did it too. Really? That's what we're doing? Well, they were running. They were spitting water across the classroom too. Stop being. Let's not be kids and be adults. Because again, we're telling you from a man's perspective. I can't tell you from a woman's perspective because I'm not a woman. I'm a man, 24/7. There are all men here. So we're telling you from our perspective to help you in the situation you're in. See, again, we could be selfish and just go on about our business, but that ain't what we're here for. That's the real deal. And I land.
You know, we tell them, I got your 7-5. This is what we tell them. My prescription is different from yours. Come on, 7-5. Oh, I got some sleep last night.
That's a bar right there. That's a bar. I love what you just said too, and it's sad, man. And Ford, you touched on it as well. It's sad because when I see a lot of women doing that, it's like you're missing out on things that could possibly unlock things within yourself. Like I believe that as men and women, us being opposites, we can unlock things within ourselves. And I also believe a lot of times, a lot of women look to disqualify us while we're looking to qualify y'all. And it's sad that seems to be the process majority of the times. We will overlook a lot of things while y'all are looking and trying to pick us apart. And this is something that and it's not to say that some men don't do this as well, but we take that burden on as men because understanding we have to be the head, but I don't think a lot of them understand that. It comes to a point where it's like, man, I'm literally not your enemy. I'm literally trying to help and steer this thing with you in mind while you're sitting here trying to nitpick and find every single thing negative wrong about what I might be doing and missing out on the things that I am doing right and trying to build off the things that I am bringing to the table, that I am bringing into the situation to try to help build us up. And it's not saying we want prosperous swimming. That's not what it is. But we both have a lot of weight that we have to carry. So what good does it do for you to sit here and constantly throw jabs, constantly look for weak points and chinks in the armor? You don't think we deal with that on a regular? Outside of you, we already go out into the world and deal with that. So we're going to come back and deal with that from the women that's supposed to be, that we're doing this for, that we put in our lives on the line for. I'm pretty sure every man, not even just on this panel, almost every man in this world at some point, we think about that in the day, things that the ones that we're doing this for. I remember they asked a group of men if they would put their lives on the line if the Reaper came, who would they want the Reaper to take, them or their wives? All the men said, take me. They asked the women, and all the women said, take the men. This was in the 60s. All the women said, yeah, for all the women said, take them. One woman even laughed. Was like, why would I want you to take me? And I hear a lot of women say this, y'all not in war. Any day this could happen. Yeah, this comes across our mind. Any day this could happen. Any day, anywhere. So while we're processing everything else that's going on, people that we're losing in our lives, trying to get to the next level, whether it be in our career, whether it be spiritually, whether it be, we also have to look at the women that might be around us that we're doing it for that might not always understand us, might not always try to understand us. So I just think a lot of women, I hope y'all think about that when you were calling us sassy or saying whatever they're looking for reason to disqualify us versus trying to understand us.
You know what? I don't care about being called sassy. You know why? Because they ain't got no. Listen, my thing is this: I could be called whatever you want me to be called, but I know who I am. And I think for those women that are trying to call men sassy because they want a man like us, they want a man like you. That's why they doing it. You know, to say hurt people try to hurt people because they can't find because of what they've been dealing with all their lives. They don't even know what a real man looks like. Oh, did I say that? My bad. I meant that. Y'all been dealing with these knuckleheads for so long that when a masculine man approaches you or speaks, you can't even hear him. You don't even hear what a masculine man sounds like. And some of y'all don't even know what a masculine man is. Ooh, did I say that again? My bad. You on mute, Ford. Can't hear you, brother.
No, I was just waiting. I just want to make sure, like, after you was done, then I can.
No, I'll be quick. I was just saying that's because some of y'all speaking nonsense, not logic. It's hard to understand. Hard to understand logic when you up there speaking nonsense. So y'all got to figure out how to. Y'all got to figure out how to start listening and understanding. Go ahead, Micah. I'm landing.
So I was like, man, I love how we are not just here to be men. We're actually here to educate. A lot of the gentlemen that you see on this panel are married or in a strong relationship, right? Because they went through the crap and they understood. If I'm going to go through this, I'm going to go through this with one. I don't have time to multiply all of my energy into multiple people. Because when you do that, what you're doing is you are taking who God made you as a man and you are spreading it to the masses. That's why it says when you sleep with somebody, you wake up with that person. It doesn't matter if you walk away. You are still spiritually connected to that person for years to come because you take upon what that spirit was on her. Whatever her trials, whatever her tribulations, whatever her traumas are now seeded into you as a man. So when you try to pursue, you don't get what you want. Why? Because you decided that I needed to spread it all out there till I found the right one. But what does it say? What does God say? It says a man that finds a wife. It doesn't say a man that finds multiple women. It doesn't say, oh, well, you need to financially take care of 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different women before I hand you your wife. I land.
I want to say something that you just said, brother. I'm going to add something to that. People don't realize is this. Do you know when you lay down with somebody, yes, you carry on that spirit. You know what the funny part is? Do you ever notice that when you're not around that person that you happen to feel, you still feel them? When you are laying in your bed by yourself and you are actually thinking about this person, you still feel them spiritually. It's that transference of energy, which is wild. This is the reason why most, and are we going to say it? I'm going to say it. Why you think some men lay in the bed and they masturbate? Because they feel that woman. Why you think some of y'all women lay in the bed and y'all play with yourselves? Because you're thinking about that man, that spirit. Come on, we grown, we adults, right? Let's talk about it. See, but people don't think. See, people don't think about it that way. But it's the truth. And here's the funny part is this. Think about how many people you laid down with. Now you can't even get your thoughts right of who you masturbating about. You masturbate about every single last one of them people that you laid down with. All them doggone spirits. Y'all gonna learn today. Come on, bro. They not ready.
Cook it. Keep cooking, baby. Keep cooking.
Real. Them white shoes is white today.
Listen, like we got to think about it also like this, right? When God created Adam, what did he say? He gave him the authority over everything on the land. I mean, naming the animals, doing the whole nine. I mean, he was the man, right? Because God said, okay, I'm going to give you how to be a man. You don't think Adam didn't cry to the Lord when he was, in his thoughts? You don't think he didn't yell? You didn't think he didn't scream? You didn't think he had emotions? You don't think when Moses was sitting there going, oh my gosh, Lord, you want me to go up to Pharaoh and you want me to tell my brother that you gotta let my people go, right? You think he wasn't in fear? You think he wasn't having all these emotions? Oh no, but man can't have them today. But isn't that how God created man in the first place? To be the foundation of logic, to be the foundation of God's truth, to be the foundation of how to deal with your emotions. Because a man teaches a woman how to deal with their emotions. It's just that a woman doesn't want to learn.
It's not that she don't want to learn.
Or she chooses to.
Now we can't say all. It depends on some of them. Because I'm not blaming all of them.
No, we're not saying all.
Just in case, because some of them get that. Not all of us. Yeah, we know not all of y'all.
Well, we learned that from who? where the absolutes always hit up. Y'all always this and y'all always that. That ain't us saying it. Let's be out. Please know. I've been on the planet for quite some years. It's a lot too often I hear y'all always this and y'all always that. I'm like, wait a minute. Does y'all mean some of us, or does it mean everyone? Okay.
No, y'all just means the individuals that you dealing with. So when listen, we also understand that when based on the comments, it's you're telling us more about yourself than about what we're saying. So when you say all men do this, no, all the men that
You dealt with. They say that again, so they can hear it.
Because none of us move like what a lot of these women say all men do. None of us move even close to that. So no, it's all men that you deal with. And you know the cool thing about changing that perspective, because perspective is everything. The cool thing about changing that perspective, then you can take ownership and say, oh, I need to make a change on the individuals that I'm either drawn to or allowing into my life. But when you say all men, there's no ownership. There's no owner. It is there's a lack of ownership in that. All men do this. No. All the men that you know do that. And all that men that are around you do that. So get it together, y'all. I land.
I think it's a lot of this stuff comes from, to me, I'm just gonna say what I gotta say. They don't want to hear truly what we have to say. They think that we're supposed to come bottled up already. We're supposed to come packaged, hand packed, hand wrapped. This is what a man's supposed to be. This is what a man's supposed to do. It's always funny when we always hear what a man's supposed to be, what a man's supposed to do. But ladies, ask yourself this question sometime. When you go into a relationship, do you be like, well, what am I supposed to do as a woman in my relationship? Because we hear a man, we rarely tell her, well, woman, this is what you're supposed to be like. We just accept you for who you are. We accept you. We take you as you are. But it's always something where I hear, well, you know, women, what is them? Well, a man's supposed to be this and a man's supposed to be that, but it never says what a woman is supposed to be. We don't hear that. Men don't hear that often. How many lives I've been to on this doggone app where I hear the same thing. A man's supposed to be this, a man's supposed to be that. But you never hear a man ask a woman, so what is a woman supposed to be? Because you know what? A lot of these women do not know their place. They don't know what they're supposed to be. Only going by what they hear. Oh, you know, a man's supposed to provide, but what are you providing that man? What are you giving back? Because last I checked, it's a give and take, not a take and not give. People always say we have roles. I'm not an actor. I don't play a role. I don't play a part. I don't do none of that. I am who I am. So when we start getting that through our skulls that I don't, you know, the roles in the marriage, or, you know, we both, it takes two, it plays a part. No, I don't play parts because there is no script in marriage. There is no script in courting. There is no script in dating. There is not a script in relationship unless you come in with your own script.
It's the quiet for me.
Yeah, nah.
I didn't want to jump.
Nah, you cooking me. I was looking at some of the comments too, and I know we're not supposed to focus so much on that. I love what you said earlier too, when you were talking about Christ. I was thinking about when he had the drink from that cup of wrath, and he was saying to God he didn't want to, and having to process those emotions. And I remember a good friend of mine, like a brother of me, said this one day, that there's no one's protecting the protectors, and that being us as men. And I know I've said this before in another live, that decent men, because I know a lot of people, like I think Bumper said before, is like none of us are really righteous outside of Christ, but decent men, we are the last line of defense against the bad men in the world. And while stones are being hurled at us for however we decide to express ourselves, when we finally do decide to do so, we are still at that moment processing whatever it is that we're going through, processing whatever it is that's lying ahead of us. And it's just funny because at the end of the day, like you said earlier, when the chips fall, we're the ones that's going to really take the brunt of the blame. Because we're the head, we're the ones that's going to be looked at a lot of times. That just comes with the territory. We're not complaining about it. We accept it for what it is. But I just want a lot of women to understand that. Think for a second. Like, can you imagine how that must feel for the majority of men that are willing to take on burden, that are understanding our place, that do know what we are called to do, that we know that if the ship wrecks, it's on our watch. It's on us. So we're trying to, at the same time, enjoy the blissful moments that we have while also maintaining things, or also preparing for whatever it is that might come in this life. And it's not to say that y'all don't have your own challenges as well. But again, whatever goes on with the ship, God is looking at us first. The world is looking at us first. We're the ones that's got to get out there on the front line should something happen. And I tell my wife this all the time. That's a conversation she doesn't like to have, but if we're looking at the climate of the world, that's reality. If things get crazy and there's anarchy, I'm the one that's got to go outside and protect her. And we're ready to do so. We are ready to do so. We would never ask this of y'all. But while y'all sitting here saying, I don't think a lot of y'all think about things like that, because, again, it doesn't happen every day. But if it does happen tomorrow, we are ready to do that. We are more than willing and ready to do that. So the least I think we would hope for is that you try to understand how we process these things, if nothing else.
I want to say something real quick. Then I'm gonna go to it was dawned on my mind, and I got to say what I got to say. Ladies, get out of these long-term relationships. Men, leave these women alone with these long-term relationships. Is Ford sleeping, or is that just me? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, ladies, I say it again. Get out of these long-term relationships. If you know what I'm talking about. If you've been with this man over 5 years, he ain't gonna marry you. Sorry, but not sorry. Fellas, you've been with this woman more than 3 years, and you ain't married this woman, leave her alone. Because you're holding her hostage and keeping her from her husband. Bottom line. The man that's trying to find her, he can't find her because you're holding this woman hostage. Ladies, stop sitting in these doggone relationships knowing doggone well this man ain't gonna marry you. Bottom line. Come on, Unc.
I want to get to a question that you could, that I guess can be answered by ladies in the chat, because we're not bringing them up respectfully. We always get asked as men, can you share your emotions? Can you share how you're feeling? Can you tell us what's on your mind? Right? But the real question is, are you prepared for what's on our mind? I'm not even talking about fully, just a little bit, because and the reason why I say that's not a knock. I'm just giving you a simple fact. The simple fact is this: if you knew your life was going to be what it is, would you walk through it again? Most of us would be like, "Nah, I'm good." Why is that? That's the reason why God doesn't tell you everything you're going to go through in your life, because you're like, I'm going to sit over here and do nothing because I don't want to go through all that. Well, are you ready to process? Are you mentally prepared to process what's going on in our minds and in our hearts? Because remember, we also understand that you're the weaker vessel. That doesn't mean you're less than. We were told you're the weaker vessel. That's why our words can cut just as deep as yours, if not deeper. So the question you have to ask yourself is, are you prepared for what we really have to say? Or what's really on our... Because understand this. If we are confused about what we want to do and how we want to move forward and what we got to do next to make sure the family's good, and we're telling you I don't have an idea, I don't got a clue, that's going to be an interesting conversation between the two of you. Just saying.
Why you got to go there? Why you had to go there with that? Because a lot of them truly aren't not prepared for what we truly have to say. They want it, and then they say that we don't know how to communicate. Here's the problem. We know how to communicate, but we just don't communicate the way that you want us to communicate. That's the difference. See, women, my man, he does, men don't know how to communicate with women. No, why? Because we got to stoop to your level. We have to talk the way that you want us to talk. But last I checked, if we come from two different sides of the track and we talk two different ways, you can still understand what I'm telling you. Bottom line. Doesn't matter how it comes out. You're going to still understand it. You're going to get this work. You want it, you're going to get it. Can't get mad at the way I got to soften it up. I got to talk a certain thing. Well, it's one thing you hear the message, but then behind the message you get upset because I was right or I said something, and now but it's your tone. Now that's a whole nother thing. You see what I'm saying? It's like so many things and stuff. Say sometimes us men, we ain't gonna never get it right. Even if they want it, even if that's why what you said. Are you truly prepared to hear what I'm going to say? Are you truly prepared to really take what I'm going to tell you? Because you asked for it. And when
I think we also have to understand that men know how to communicate. Sometimes something happens one time somewhere they weren't heard. So if we're trying to share our experience, and I'll speak for myself. If I'm trying to share my experience with you and you don't validate it and you dismiss it, I'm probably not going to share it no more. Probably not going to try sharing it anymore. And that's just me, but I think that's a lot of men. And what ends up happening is a lot of time when we're trying to share our emotions or how we're feeling, the new term is sassy. But what generally was happening is it just gets dismissed, and we end up talking about how you feel about what I told you I was feeling. And so we're working on, making sure that you're comfortable while I still have to go process this by myself, all by my lonesome on the golf course for 8 hours, or sitting in a boat fishing with nothing's biting for 8 hours. Or hanging out with my boys or finding other ways out. I promise you, if you just take the time to just listen, take the time to just stop and listen and pay attention to how your men are feeling, because women can tell you when a man's doing something wrong. They can't seem to have the intuition to tell you when the man's unhappy.
Because they're not looking for that. They expect for you. They expect us to be a certain type of way. That's what they're looking for. So the moment that we're going through something, we're going through our emotions, we're going through some feeling, they can't pick that up. But where's that intuition then? Where was your intuition when I was feeling bad? But yet at the same time, I gotta wear this. I gotta wear this suit of armor for you. And then for those that's talking about we don't understand. Yes, we here to listen to y'all. We want to hear y'all. But sometimes not responding is a response to us. And the sad part about it is when we don't respond, it's like, oh, you're not listening to me. Wait, hold up. I'm sitting right here in front of you. I'm not doing anything but focusing on what you're saying. But I'm sitting back to register everything that you're saying before I give you a response. Just because you have a quicker response than I do does not mean I am processing it differently from the way that you are processing what I'm telling you. Because you're only hearing bits and pieces of what I'm telling you. I'm trying to get everything that you said so I can be like, okay, are you finished? Are you done talking? Now let me give you my analogy. See, it's a big difference. When we talk, oh, you're hearing it, but you only hear what you want to hear. And the moment that one trigger word hits, bing, hits that skull, now you want to respond. But wait. You wrong. Whoa. Am I wrong? I answered your question, but maybe I didn't answer it the way that you wanted me to answer it. Come on, 7-5. You got it, brother.
Yo, you cooking, bro. My fault, man. I keep cooking.
No, you good. You good.
I saw this comment that this. I gotta stop looking at the comments, man. It said, "Oh, it's not women's problem." Again, we understand it's not your problem, but what I find funny when I see comments like this, and I see a lot of women say things like this, like I see some women say, "All men are trash," and men this. So, what chance do your sons have then?
Ooh.
What chance do your sons have? It's not. And we all trash. So what chance do the next generation of men have with that mentality, with that spirit within you, with that feeling, with that outlook? What chance do they have?
I had to walk away.
It's not looking good.
Did you just say what I thought he just said, son?
No, he hit it. No, he hit it, and I'm going to top it off.
Ooh.
Let's that, okay? Because see, when a woman looks for a man, right? They're not just looking at the man that they want to be with for the whole future. They're looking at, can this man raise sons if we have one? Can this man produce and still have the sons that are in the future be good men? So it's not just a task for us to show up now. We are showing up for the future while we're building it now. See, we have a lot that we have to deal with, a lot that we have to do in order to be at a certain standard as a man, in a woman's perspective. They judge a man by everything from what they wear, what type of car we drive, what type of job do we have, right? They put all this in a list. They all got a man list, right? And they're like, okay, this man has to have this and all of these different things. Because they're looking at, if he has all these things, and we have children together, then that my children are going to do the same. They're going to be the same. They're going to be like the father. But when you don't allow that man to be the man, and you scrutinize him, and you criticize him, and you put him down, and you don't allow him to elevate, what are you saying about your future sons? That's exactly the point. Because they're going to turn out just the way that you told that man he wasn't.
Let me tell you something.
on land.
I'm gonna tell you what you just said. All those things that they add, those are the boxes that they need to be checked. Those are the boxes that women need to be checked. You gotta have this. You gotta have that. That's it. But yo, I can't. Yo, 7'5". Listen, this is what I'm saying. Women gotta be careful with what they say. You gotta be careful. He talking about all men ain't this, all men ain't that, all black men are trash, this, that, and the third. But guess what? You a black woman and you got a black son. So you just called your son trash, and I gotta just repeat what my brother said. You put it out there, you put it in the atmosphere. You can't get mad at what you put out there, and in the moment now, then you turn around and look. Oh, I got a child, I got a son. That don't make your son exempt because he's your child. You said every black man. So even your little teenage son, your baby boy, the one that you call man in the house, giving it. Listen.
Here we go again, bro. Look, bro,
As
here
a
we go again.
as a grown man.
Giving a 4 or 5 year old a man's title. Make it make sense. But then you got a whole man in the house, and here's the funny part: you respect your baby more than you respect that man that you with. Make it make sense. That baby eat better, that baby moves better, that baby get all the love, but that man gets nothing. That man gets nothing. You know why? Because there's conditions with loving that man. You ain't do this, guess what? You ain't getting no loving. Oh, you ain't make this, you ain't doing this. You ain't going to do this, you ain't getting that. But let a man, we don't do that. We don't do that. Woman, you ain't do this, come get some of this loving. Woman, you ain't do that, come get some of this loving. I ain't eat today, but you know I'm gonna make me something to eat, and you're gonna get some of this loving. Total difference. There's no condition of us not loving. Not a one.
I'm gonna eat, then I'm gonna eat. You know what I'm saying?
That part. I'm gonna eat, and then I'm gonna go. How we said, I'm gonna eat first, then I'm gonna go feed myself.
You know what I'm saying? I'm hungry.
Let that man eat.
I'm trying to tell y'all.
See, bro, I got it. Bro, this is the last comment I'm gonna look at because this is
No, you're not.
No.
Address it.
This is the last one for the day. This is the last one for the day on me. This is the last one.
No,
We got
address
things
it.
going on as well. It's just funny, and I she know who I'm talking to
You went out.
because she said y'all don't mean nothing for women or girls.
Hey, wait, what?
I thought y'all hear me. Y'all hear me?
Yeah, say that again. You going in and out. Don't worry about you. You see, the devil is a lie. The devil is a lie.
He was cooking.
He was cooking. The devil is a lie.
But, I understand what he's saying because, it gets to the point where, and we're going to address this because, again, we're going to have hard grown folks conversations. This is how we get to the heart of the matter. The heart of the matter is this. What he said is true. That if you're going to, here's the thing. I'll give you this. Sisters get upset when they see a brother outside his race, specifically with a snow bunny. How did he get there? I'm just saying, how did she win the prize, so to speak?
Wait, what?
Okay, I said sisters get uptight when they see a brother with a snow bunny.
Oh, you know why? Because she didn't want the finished product.
And his point part, how did she get there?
She didn't want the finished product.
How did? So she outsmarted you?
No, she didn't want the finished product.
Right, I'm with you. So what did she do? So if you're so intelligent, you got us so figured out, and we're such a bad commodity, then why are we popular over there but not in our home state?
Because they've been
keep in mind what I'm saying. We have more attraction over there than our own culture.
make it make sense.
We're so bad in our own culture that we get thrown over there and we get thrown away over there, and you're upset because we flourish over there? No. You can't have it both ways. The bottom line is this. Yes, we're a work in progress, but so are you. Yes, we have some flaws, but so do you. Yes, we need some encouragement, but so do you.
Come on.
Yes, we can do better, but so can you. And that's what this whole conversation is about. So again, we initially started this conversation about what is it that is it one thing that we can say that would help a sister understand this is how we process our emotions? We're telling you, good, bad, and the ugly. But you know what happens in the process? You want to tell me about what you think. No one asked you what you think right now. It's the question for men to speak about what we feel, and for you to learn something about what we feel on a daily basis. But we're too busy wanting to have a conversation about your point of view. Respectfully, your point of view can be handled on Sunday with the ladies. But we're talking about from a man's point of view. We can't answer you from a woman's point of view. None of us will know what it takes to have a baby. None of us. None of us. But again, it goes back to it's so much more easier and a little bit more convenient, and you have more firepower to tell us about what we're not doing versus what we are doing. So if you ask me to do 5 things right and I do 3 of them, which one are you going to talk about? The 2 I didn't do right or the 3 I did right? I land.
Nope, they're going to talk about the 3 things that you did wrong, but not the 2 things that you did right. Y'all got to come out. Eat my oatmeal.
So, listen. I was just having, a spiritual epiphany. And I was like, wow. I'm listening to everything, right? I'm like, Lord, okay, you just had me digesting so much, and you got so much for me to say. So, what is a man, right? A man is just a word, man. But what makes a man is the action outside of the word, right? So, when man was created, it was just man. But the actions of Adam created what manhood is supposed to be. So if Adam didn't put it into action, we wouldn't be the men that we're supposed to be today in God's terms. But see, society has said to us that, hey, it's okay for men to be feminine. It's okay for men to be soft, right? It's okay for us to, wear purses and skirts and all of these different things, but we can still be a man. That's not true. If we are walking around with purses and all of these different things that show that what a woman does, then how can a woman respect you as a man? If you are following the social media, if the social media is saying that, oh, man could, has to be like this, a man has to be like that. If you don't do this, then you're not a man. Then the women look at that and go, well, my man ain't doing that. He ain't saying this. He don't have this. He don't have that. So social media says that man has to have this. Then go date social media. Go date social media and see how much fulfillment you get out of that. See how much love you're going to get from your phone. Because, a lot of women sure love to give more love to their phone than they give to the man at their house.
Oh.
They sure love to be on social media longer than they want to spend time with the person that's right in front of them. They'd rather do all the other things besides building what's right in front of them. They'll make up excuses. Oh, not today, tomorrow maybe. I'll come back to me later. But you know what that does to the man that you're with? It just puts up a wall where we feel like we're not in a safe place to come to you for the things that we want to talk about, the things that are on our hearts, the things that we need fulfilled, the understanding that we need to have between each other. Because in today's society, women are the man. They get to dictate what a man is supposed to be. I land.
First of all,
get that right back.
Oh, here's a.
I just want to say real quick before I forget what I was going to say, beloved. Because I saw this woman say, y'all don't need anything from women or girls. I don't think you realize when you say that's more of a shot at you than it is at us. You feel like you're not needed? You feel like you're not required in this war, in this situation? Because I would never say nothing like that. None of my brothers would say anything like that. I need my wife. I need the Velvet Council. I need my big sisters. I need all the strong women that I have in my life that I've encountered that I leaned off of, that have taught me a lot of things, a lot of wisdom, a lot of insight, a lot of strength, a lot of ways to regulate my emotions, a lot of understanding when it came to God. The first one that brought me to God, soul sees a God, was my grandmother. So to say that we don't need anything from y'all, that's a rejection, because that is what y'all have been saying. A lot of y'all have been saying y'all don't need us. That's fine. If you feel like a lot of y'all don't need us, that's what you have a right to believe. But is that the truth of the matter? No. The truth of the matter is we do both need each other, and you understand this. I don't know why saying this has become a thing, but my thing is this: what is it going to benefit you to just remove yourself completely? Because all of us need someone. If everyone just covers somebody, we would all be covered. If everyone just covered one person, we would all be covered. It's that easy. It's that easy. We won't even do that.
My brother.
But yes, we do. We do need y'all.
My brother, let me explain something to you. You know, when people, when you hear women, certain women, and there's no disrespect to none of y'all, but let's just keep it real. A lot of them have been hurt. They have dealt with trash dudes because of poor choices that they made in men. They never experienced what true love is or what love feels like because they all they did was open up their legs and thought that the man's going to love you. He's going to love me if I give him some. They moved in a different type of way that now it's to the point where I don't need a man. I don't want a man. I don't need a man. I don't need love. I don't know what it is. All men are this, all men are that. Like, it's learned behavior. And some of it even spawned from their parents, from their mothers, because their mother was a single mother who talked smack on their father and only taught them what they're supposed to get from a man. What is a man truly supposed to be? But here's the thing: some men don't. We as men don't even know what a man is supposed to be. We just trying. We're just going along with the flow of life. I am a man. You are a woman. You're just going to flow with life. We can't sit there and say, "Well, this is what a man is," because if that's the case, then every man would be the same. And this is what women are supposed to be. Then every woman would be the same, but you're not. And we're all not. We're all different. We all walk in different lights and all different things. So we have to sit back and actually actually ask ourselves, what kind of man do I want to be? What type of woman do I want to be? Because these are the choices that we're making as we get older. We're making these certain decisions in our life to become the person that we need to be for ourselves so we can be better for the next person. I'll land there. Let me get back to my oatmeal. Y'all killing me.
No, I'm a real quick disclaimer, y'all. We understand that a lot of these topics that we talk about are going to there's a lot of energy around them. We understand that. So the comments we're not surprised at because we're just used to getting them. And the more that y'all make the comments, the more we know we doing exactly what we're supposed to be doing. The more y'all make the comments, the tighter we lace up them Timbs and dig in, because we ain't going nowhere. So keep it, come with it. Keep coming with it. Keep coming with it. This is two things. Comments, they're either trolls or very hurt individuals. Either way, that ain't got nothing to do with us. But we appreciate you tuning in.
Of that part.
We appreciate you tuning in.
Or
and we appreciate your engagement. Man, I can't tell you how grateful we are for y'all to be up in here supporting us like this. I really, really appreciate y'all. Welcome in. Grab some popcorn. Have a seat. Stay tuned. Because we're going to continue to bring this work. And if we're bringing honesty and it triggers something within you, then that has everything to do with something that you need to work on, sister or brother, right? So it is what it is. I'm gonna land right there and let y'all continue to get this work.
I won't even call them trolls. I would just say this: they bitter women. Some of them are bitter. I'm not saying all of y'all. Some of you are bitter. You don't want to hear the truth because you never heard the truth before, so it hurts a little bit. Either that, or you're dealing with a dude right now that is trash, but you don't want to admit the truth. Or the worst part about it is some of y'all don't even like men to the point that you fell in love with women. I said it. That's why you think men are the way they are, and you're following the wrong type of women. You got women over here. You got married women telling y'all, don't date men. Men are this, men are that. But she got a whole husband in her crib, and y'all sitting there listening to that nonsense. You got women in good relationships telling you how bad men are, how wrong they are, how you deserve this and you deserve that, but yet she's over there being a slave and being a submissive wife. Not a slave. Let me repeat that. I rephrase that. But she's being the most submissive wife to her husband, but telling you not to be submissive and telling you not to do this and trying to give y'all a different narrative so y'all don't be happy. Then you got brothers over here who's trying to just telling you how we feel and certain things that we see, and all of a sudden we're wrong. How am I wrong from my experience? Make it make sense. You wasn't there. You wasn't the woman I dated back then. You only got two options. Either you're going to be picked or you're going to be skipped. The women that get picked are the ones that get picked to be married. The ones that get skipped are the ones that get laid down with and get skipped over. And I think those are the ones that are here. Some of the ones that are saying what they're saying because they have been skipped over so much that they'll never get picked. Sorry, but I'm not sorry.
I said it before, bro, and I'll say it again. God is not going to bless you with something you don't believe exists. God is not going to do that. You don't believe there's any good men. You believe all men, and that's what you're going to continue to have a cycle of. It's going to be a constant, repetitive thing because you don't believe it yourself. And to even think that all men are just no good. Like I just want a lot of women to just really sit back, just sit with that thought to just a whole gender men that you have never met. There's 8-point-something billion people in the world. At least half of them almost being men, and you just roll all of us off. And again, some of these are your sons. Some of these are your brothers. Some of these are your uncles, your fathers, your cousins. And at the end of the day, I just wonder sometimes, how would y'all feel if none of us just said nothing? We just watched this whole thing, all this calamity in the world, just watched this whole thing go down the way it did. We're sitting here trying to rebuild. We're trying to find and bridge the gap, trying to find a way. And thankfully, we have the Velvet Council. We have those intelligent, strong, powerful women that are doing that with us. But imagine if all of us as a collective just said, nah, we good. Because we understand what we need to do on our end. We covering ourselves. We are doing the inner work, the shadow work. We are doing what we need to do for ourselves and our loved ones and the ones within our circle, and just let everything else be what it is. At the end of the day, we're not doing this for brownie points. We're doing this because we do care. But if it's just taken as a tax, then that's your loss.
Brother, first of all, real quick, fellas, we don't have to defend what we're doing here. Bottom line, let them be who they want to be. Because eventually, they're here for a reason. So I thank God for the work that we're doing. Because this is all his work. He put this together. Regardless of the fact of what they believe or that's their choice. That's their choice. If they want to say certain things in their comments, let them be. I'm comfortable. Like Brother Ford said, thank you for coming. Thank you for the support. Thank you for tapping the screen. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for even being here and participating, however you are. Whatever walk of life you in, whatever you're going through, whether you believe what we're saying or not. Thank you. I appreciate you. And I mean that. We need the hurt. We need the ones that don't believe. We need the believers. We need them all to come. Because if I'm on a platform and I got everybody agreeing with me, I'm not doing my job. I'm not doing my job. So I need the opposition. I need those that don't believe. I need all the women and all the men that think that we're sassy, that think that, I don't trust what they say. I need all of it. So thank y'all very much.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. I welcome it. Don't get me wrong. I guess what I'm saying is, bro, like you said, it's not even necessarily to defend what we're doing, because we know we're doing what we're supposed to do. But it's like a last shot in the dark to these women that for some reason their own minds are so warped and so distorted from whatever damage that you're going through. And I'm sorry you went through what you went through, but you were missing out. You're the one missing out. And no one is up here crying. No one is up here angry. No one is up here losing sleep. Again, if we didn't care, we would just go out and handle our business and take care of the ones that are around us and keep building amongst each other. Like, and again, it's not saying we want a pat on the back, but this is for us as well, but it's also for y'all. We doing this because this is within us to do so, and God put this on us. This is a calling for us. This is alignment for us. But nobody up here is hurt, crying, nothing. Y'all, these comments, y'all are wasting y'all time. But we appreciate the engagement. We do appreciate the engagement. Don't get it twisted. We do appreciate it. Please tap the screen and all that good stuff. But I hope that you are picking up something out of this, because at the end of the day, if you do have sons or men around you, I'm sure that they would appreciate you building off of some of these things the same way we appreciate what we can build off of y'all.
See, there's always one. There's always this ain't for me, it's for pick me's. But guess what? Let it be for women that get picked.
Yeah.
Every woman wants to get picked or chosen. Because some of y'all say I've never been skipped over. Yeah, but you have been skipped over. You know why? Because you've been ran through. That means you never got picked. You only got you've been ran through. You had either one thing. Either you was a wife or you a baby mama. Pick one.
Yikes. And if it ain't for you, I mean, we appreciate you still being here. I don't know why you here if it ain't for you. That don't make no sense.
Pick
But
one.
You know what I find interesting is when people don't, when there's something that people want and they're not getting, then they try to make it. They try to invalidate it. For example, everybody wants to be picked, but now, ooh, you're just to pick me. Yeah, I want to be picked. What's wrong with wanting to be chosen, right? And there's nothing wrong with it. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you just continue to work on yourself. But it's like, oh, you know, it's interesting how people try to diminish the value of something based on them not meeting the value. Something that you're lacking within, and now it's like, oh, wait a minute, oh, you just want to be picked. It's kind of like, oh, you just want to breathe some air. You just want to live, huh? Yeah, I do. I do want to live. So I find it interesting. I don't pay attention to the chats. I'll watch them walk through. So, like I said, I don't do that anymore. I used to, but I'm gonna say what I gotta say, and people are either gonna take it and digest it, because what I do know is that I always come from a place of being genuine and wanting the best for everybody. So if I know that's where I'm coming from, I don't care how you take it, because how you take it has everything to do with you and your experience. And I wish you the best, but I don't read the comments. I just, like, every now and then I look down and I saw Derek.
I seen him.
Yeah, he was like, the comments today are wild, and I haven't been paying attention, so I don't know. But I could just, and so did Mina. She said the comments are wild today. So I just thought it was funny because we expect it. But like I said, man, we're coming from a place to wanting to pour into people. We're trying to fill cups, not empty cups. So if you don't want to put that cup out to get filled, yeah, go ahead, go somewhere else.
Knock
But
yourself
what we
out.
got is pure and honest and packed with intention. I'll end there.
Come on, Unc. You got the floor.
Okay. I'm going to make this real basic and simple and sweet. My favorite book says, he that has an ear to hear, let him hear. In layman's term, if what we're saying is helpful, insightful, and impactful, cool. If it ain't, cool. We know we're losing no sleep over here. I promise. So what I'm saying is this. This is why we do what we do, is because we're not even talking about race. It's not a race bait, nothing. But our culture, we got issues. We can't even have a fun conversation or a meaningful conversation without everyone thinking they're right. It's not about being right. It's about being understood. That's the problem. We're concerned about I'm right, you're wrong. No, it's about being understood. That's the real deal of what we're talking about. We're basically sitting here explaining to you one thing that we wish women would understand, how we process our emotions, not a woman's emotions, not a child's emotions. Men we're just talking about one thing we wish, that you would understand how we process our emotions. And this has turned into a whole, you don't do this and you don't do that. That's the problem right there. Because here's the thing. Therein lies the problem, because guess what? We could simply do what we've been getting blamed for doing already, which is keep our mouth shut down, and be quiet. And here's the thing. We'd much rather put ourselves out there where we can share our heart, share our thoughts and our ideas with the folks who look like us. But I do know that there's a very common statement, and I'm going to land with this, said by many. I'd much rather go where I'm celebrated than where I'm tolerated.
Come on, Unc. And let me tell you, ladies, something real quick. If you got a man right now, go make him a bowl of oatmeal with some walnuts and bananas. He gonna love you. Anyway, come on, 757.
I'll be very bright and be gone. All men are not a monolith. All women are not a monolith. So to say men have done this or men are doing this, this is a fallacy. You do not know all men. You do not know most men. You do not know half of men. None of us even know. I don't know half of women. I don't even know a million women, and I never will. You will never truly know most of us. And what you're seeing with my brothers here, with us trying to let you know us, we're trying to get to know you as well. And again, whether or not you want to be picked, I think we all can agree that the state of us as human nature, as a human, the kind, as a nation, is not in a good space at all. This is not a good space at all. And the fact that we can sit here and be hurling insults and joking as if things are all good right now is crazy. It's crazy. It's this the best analogy I can use for this. I have to use the movie again. Right now, it's like we are on the Titanic playing music while it's going down. This is what we are literally doing. Not us up here, but y'all. The ones that are saying this nonsense, oh, y'all are crying. Y'all are literally playing this violin while the ship is sinking, and we're trying to get people on the boats. We're trying to get people on the boats. We're trying to survive this so that we can rebuild. But please, have a good day.
Listen, ladies, come on, Micah. Come on, Micah. I know you want. Come on, brother. I'll wait.
Okay, I just. Okay, so and I know he was using, like movie titles. So I'm gonna have to throw this one in here. Do you want your relationship to be like the Titanic, where in the beginning you was telling everybody this is gonna last, but then you thought that your ship was built so tough that it can never be broken, and then you allow outside entities and other people to tell you what your relationship should be, how you should love your man, and how the man should love the woman, and all. So you get all this extra information that you don't need, and the only information you need is between you two and God, and you wonder why your relationship only goes halfway. I land.
You know. Oh gosh. Today has been yeah, it's 2 hours almost already. It's like time be moving, bro. Time be moving, but nah. I want people to understand this. What we do it for a reason and not for a season. We want men to learn how to truly love a woman, and we want women to understand what we go through as men. That's all it is. I'm not here to tell you that who you should be dating, who you shouldn't be dating. That's not my job. I'm not a date coach. I'm not a life coach. I'm not none of those things. I am just Velvet Jones 2.0. What you see is what you get. And we are the horsemen. I want men and women to understand that being with somebody is not difficult at all. Finding the right person is truly not difficult. But ladies, I'm going to say this to you, and I'm going to say something to the men too. Let me go with the fellas first. Fellas, stop pursuing women if you only want to smash. If that is your main objective, then let that woman know to give her the opportunity if she wants to lay down with you or not. But stop, please, stop feeding these women these lies and bogus stuff. And then when you get with them, you lay down with them and then you exit. You're damaging these women. It's the reason why some of these women say they cannot trust a man. Is because the simple fact is you come in there with false advertisement, with these fake commercials, and you're not doing your part. Please, fellas, stop. Real talk. Stop. Because some of these women do not deserve the treatment that you are giving them. Straight up and down. If you're going to be with her, be with her. If you don't want to be with her, let her know. Give this woman the option to make the decision if she wants to be picked by you. Please. And for you women, have a little bit more discernment, have a little bit more understanding, and pause and get to know this man before you decide to open up your legs. Stop giving up your boxes and then expecting this man to be committed to you. Commitment don't start with sex. Commitment does not start with sex. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Some of you think that you'll give up and stop giving up your jewels so freely because he said the right things. Can nobody manipulate you into giving up your box? I'm sorry. No man has that much power. Ain't no words that a man can tell you that's going to open up your legs. Keep it like a can opener. Keep it like a can. Cans are hard to open unless you get a can opener. And you got to keep turning to get it open. You can't just buy. It ain't a bottle cap. Learn yourselves. Love yourselves. Men and women. Love who you are, fellas. Bring something more than just some wood and some fake conversation to a woman. Learn her. Court her. Go out. Go separate ways when you're done. No need to nightcaps. None of that. Stop with the one night stands. All of these things. You want to be with it? Listen. You want to have a purpose? You want to call yourself a man? You want to call yourself a woman? Learn the person that you are with. That's what men and women do. They learn each other. Not the physical, but the mental, the intimate part. Heart. Because men, when you make love to a woman's mind, you make love to her body. But don't give her the false advertisement in her mind to get her body. That's the problem. I'll land there, y'all.
All I'm hearing is bars. That's all I'm hearing is bars this morning. And these bars are making people very uncomfortable. And the only reason why it's making you uncomfortable is because you are seeing things in yourself that you need to correct. And that's not a problem, right? That's the whole purpose of growth. If you are receiving wisdom and knowledge from the people, from the brothers upon this panel, it's so that way you can be better in your own personal relationships. It's not, none of us are up here to downgrade any of you beautiful women that are commenting, and all the young men in here and the older men in here that are literally wanting wisdom and knowledge. That's all this panel is for. This isn't a beatdown. This isn't a who wrong, like all of us here just crying and trying to, get, oh my gosh, we're trying to. No, y'all need to understand the only thing that we're trying to feed you is wisdom and knowledge. And if you're taking this as an attack, I am so sorry for you. I really am. Because that means in your life, you're not ready to grow. You still want to stay stagnant. You don't want to be a better woman. You don't want to be a better man. You want to stay right in this same lane, and then you're going to be 50, 60, 70, 80 years old by yourself. Why? Because you're getting wisdom and knowledge now, but you want to take it as an attack.
Well, they won't really be by themselves, Mike. They have a pet. They got a cat, a dog. They got the dog, a cat, a goldfish, or something like that. But think about it like this. You know how miserable. I'm going to say this because we got to get rid of the slide. But I want to say this real quick. Do you ever think about being alone, what it's like, what it feels like to truly not being with someone? Sit back and look at yourself. Some people be like, I'm good by myself. I'm good. But are you really? Because I think to me, if you was good by yourself, you would never have to call anybody. You would never have to pick up the phone and speak to someone if you was good by yourself. Do the math. You see what I'm saying, Unc? You feel what I'm saying, y'all? People don't get it. I'm good by myself. So then be by yourself and leave everybody else alone. That means your phone should have no numbers, but not even your job number should be on that phone. You don't need nobody. You don't need your mother. You don't need your siblings. You don't need no family. You don't need nobody. You don't need no girlfriends or nothing because you're good by yourself. Think about it. Think about it. You are living in a box. See, so when people say I'm good by myself, it's good to be single, you lying. You know, single is one. That means it's just you and nobody else. Nobody else. They're not ready. Anyway, listen, fellas, we got they're not ready today.
You're going in, bro. You're going in. I know we're ready to close. I just want to say before we start closing, thank you to the women that have spoken life in the chat, and to our sisters that's in the chat, Nudgy, Rain, Angie, and to the women that I guess believe that this is a facade and it's not real and women are not special to men. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you don't have men that cherish you and value you. I really do feel for you on that. This is a genuine, sincere thing. No one should go through life feeling that way. I hope you do find some men that do value you and do appreciate you.
You know what, though? Let me tell you something. See, we always got somebody say I'm taking something out of context. How am I taking it out of context if you're speaking it into existence? You speaking it into existence, but I'm taking it out of context now. That is the context of being alone. You said, I'd rather be alone. What does that mean? You just spoke something on your life. I'd rather be alone, which means I don't want to be with anyone. Plural. No one. Make it make sense.
I'd rather be alone too if I haven't figured out how to work with somebody. It's easier to be alone. It doesn't require any work. It doesn't require any energy to be able to connect with somebody. So if you don't have that in you, yeah, you're probably going to be happy being alone. So this is the problem. We like being alone because we make bad choices and we don't want to make, and we continue to make those bad choices. So it's like, I'd rather be alone now. I'm happy because I don't have any stress or drama in my life or toxicity in my life. But the flip side of that is, how about you just start choosing better so you don't have that stuff, that toxicity in your life. You got good people in your life, but you don't do that because you haven't put any work in yourself. And until you know who you are, until you put the work in yourself, you can continue to do with the definition of what we call insanity, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results.
Mm.
I'll land there. Actually, that's my closing.
Let me give y'all something real quick for all you smart behind people out there that keep trying to say, there's two ways of saying it. I'd rather be alone. I'd rather not be in a relationship and be alone than just saying I'd rather be alone. Get it together. Use your words. I'd rather be alone. Yeah, you just spoke that on your life. I'd rather not be in a relationship and be alone. Two different things. Anyway, they're not ready. Gentlemen, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Listen, like I said, you guys are the heartbeat of the live. Thank you, Marty. I appreciate that. You guys that come here today, you are the heartbeat of the live. Jukey Juke, what up now? I truly appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining this live. We thank you for the task. We thank you for the gifts. We thank you for the likes. We thank you for the comments, whether they were good or bad. We still appreciate you, however you are. Just come as you are. This is not the type of live that you will be used to. This is all opinion based. We are just us horsemen just up here speaking our truth and saying what needs to be said from our experiences. Whether you believe it or not, it's up to y'all. But just thank y'all for joining. Like I said, this live, I don't care if it's one person or a million people, we're going to get our point across and somebody's going to receive this message. So to my brothers, if they got anything y'all want to share before we slide, and get ready for this Friday.
Look, brothers, and to everybody, that's been listening to the panel, man. I really do appreciate, especially all the feedback that's literally been in the comments, because it helps even ourselves that are up here to be able to see things also from a different perspective, and it helps us grow. So we appreciate even all the comments, and the last thing that I want to say, and I'll close, is that our purpose, my purpose as a man, is not to be better than the next man. It's not to say that I am better than the next man. The only thing that I want, and anybody in my life as me as a man, is to receive nothing but peace, love, respect, and the things that God has installed to me to give out to the world. Now, as far as the whole topic of an emotion and how men deal with emotions, the whole purpose of this whole thing was to make and help women understand that when a man comes to you and speaks his heart, listen. Don't be so quick to respond. If you need time to digest what the man said, take that time and be ready to work on the things that the man came to you with, and vice versa. I land.
You know what? Thank you, my brother. Let me say something to some of these women. If you ain't never been to New York before, stay where you at. Real talk. The aggressiveness is nothing aggressive about me. See, that's the whole point. You only hear what you want to hear. Once again, what did we just say? Women only hear what they want to hear. They don't get the message. They just hear the tone. Stop listening to the tone and hear the message. You might get it a little bit. Oh, I'm aggressive. That's what it is. Y'all want them soft dudes. Y'all want somebody to be like, oh, let me just explain to you something, ladies. The reason why things are going the way that they're going is because you guys have been hurt so bad. That ain't me. I can't do that. Sorry, but not sorry. Come on, brother. Let's get it.
I'll just say this real quick. I want us to live, not just exist. If not for us, for the kids. They deserve more than this. The next generation deserves more than this. Like, I don't know. And there's a lot of men that also have to heal. I don't know why we have a hard time processing these things or these certain conversations, but until we are able to do this, the enemy is always going to have a leg up on us. And so I just pray that we are able to face whatever wounds we have, stop hiding our wounds and everything like that. And I'll land with this. I believe God, the rain is God crying for us because we hold too much in. We hold far too much in. And I just hope that when we release these things as men and women, that we are able to receive it and see what it was about and not see always as an attack. Because we all do need it on both sides. And we have to be better for the next generation. I'll land there.
Okay. So let me do this since this was my fun idea.
Yes, yes. First of all, let me do this. Let me give you your flowers. Ladies and gentlemen, today's topic came from the one and only Uncle Angelo. He came up with this topic this morning. Thank you, my brother. We truly appreciate that. And I said I did not say what I said. Y'all really want to do this today? I said it. I said it.
Yeah. And here's the thing. Let me say this because I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna learn from my younger brothers. I'm gonna be brief, be bright, and be gone. Real talk. What this thing is pointing itself to, it goes to us to understand that there's some work to be done on both sides of the fence. And the reason why I say that is because all we want, we're always, it's not always, too often it's said that we don't share our emotions or we don't express our emotions, but what we do, those emotions stand in judgment. Or there's no safety in expressing ourselves. We don't feel safe. And understand this, last I checked, every child I know rarely will speak to a grown person if they don't feel safe, or they don't feel comfortable. Well, guess what? Every last one of us has a little boy, a little girl that has to feel safe before they come outside and play. Here's something that I thought about. It says, I wanted to tell you this, and this I'm going to land with. If men were taught how to feel before they were taught how to perform, or the lack of being taught, we see fewer wounds on both sides. I'll say it again. If men were taught how to feel before they were taught how to perform, we'd see fewer wounds on both sides. I land.
That's a bar right there.
What I'm supposed to say behind that? That's what we doing? Like, yeah.
That's a heavy bar. That's a heavy bar.
Oh, my God.
About to use that one because I'm still in that.
That's
Yeah.
a room shaker.
Well, listen, he closed the show.
That's a sweatshirt for me, bruh. That hit me hard. I was like, wow. Yeah, if we just were taught how to feel more than we were taught how to perform, because we're taught how to perform, there'd be less wounds on both sides.
Sometimes it's even just allowed to feel.
There'd be less wounds on both sides.
I won't even really say, like, you know what? Just, dang, y'all brothers, man. I love y'all, man. For real. Like, Jesus, man. When I hear y'all speak, when I hear the things that when we be up here saying some of the things that we say, people don't truly get it, man. They truly don't get it. And it's and the thing is, I'm not even gonna say some of these women, believe it or not, some of these women ain't hurt. They just want to come up here and cause mischief because of the ignorance within them. They're not used to seeing men on platforms speaking the way that we speak, and they're used to hearing men dogging women, telling them who to date, what type of men is this and this, that, what to look out for. I'm not telling you what to look out for. I'm not telling you what to look. I don't care who you with. At the end of the day, we're talking about what we have been through. And some of y'all don't get it. Y'all want it. Y'all want to crash out. You're trying to find a place to crash out. But you could come and crash land here because we got a smooth runway. So come and land your planes. Come and crash out over here if y'all want to. We got parachutes. We got it all. We got the balloons, all that. We got you. But you're here for a reason.
We got the rescue squad too, just in case there's a fire.
Believe that.
You know, let's all jokes aside. Sooner or later, hopefully sooner than later, folks are going to realize we've never been here to criticize, to judge, none of that, to belittle. This is a place of refuge, first for men, but also for sisters to understand what men feel. Because here's the thing, we're in a society where we have to learn and understand what a woman feels, and why we should take care of our women. But understand this, as we said before, I can't take care of something or address a problem that I'm wounded myself. See, that's why they're on the plane. They simply say, when the mask drops down, the air mask, put it on yourself first so you get yourself good before you help somebody else. Well, if we as men are supposed to take our rightful place in the community and in our homes, you have to let us heal and also be able to not only heal, but express where our healing places are.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Not that we're not expressing, man, I went through this. No. Expressing, this is where I came from, this is where I'm at. And here's the thing. What we're saying right now is a foreign language. So it's okay. You'll catch up, hopefully. But guess what? We're still going to keep doing it. And I land.
And we still going to keep putting this work. My brothers, as always, another one down, another one in the books. I'm gonna hit y'all up later, see what y'all got if y'all got something for tomorrow. If not, I might have something for tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow morning, same time, same back channel, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We have the Horsemen. We will be pulling up tomorrow morning. You got a closing 40, you good?
I'm good. I already did mine.
Okay. 4 was man, she packing y'all up. My bad. She packing y'all up. My bad.
That's how you pack them up.
Oh, God. Okay, your duties is over, Rain. Have a good one. That was her. It wasn't me. Listen. Yeah. I got you. So tomorrow we have another Horseman Live. Normally it's Velvet. Questions with Velvet. If you have any questions for me normally. But tomorrow, same time, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Come join us. Then we have another great conversation, another great topic for tomorrow morning. Sunday, we have 2 sisters that will be coming up this Sunday, 6 p.m. She moves the room. If you see it in the chat, if y'all want to come up real quick, I can let y'all up. Just get the sisters up in here real quick. Yes, fellas. Something new. Something different. If y'all ladies want to come up real quick.
Okay, my apologies to the guys. I thought that was like the protocol, like y'all supposed to.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
My apologies.
It's all right.
No,
they know.
totally.
So.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. So we have sister.
Hey, Ray.
We have Sister Nudgy. We have Rain Love, which is my love, and we have Sister Nudgy. They are 2 ladies that will be hosting a live tomorrow called Move the Room. If y'all ladies. Sunday. I'm sorry. Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If y'all want to just give you a little quick intro, do your thing.
Go ahead, Rain. Oh, I know you love it so much. Well, Nudgy's behind all the advertising, but it's basically She Moves the Room. That's what it's called. She Moves the Room. It's just me and her engaging. And ladies, I understand in these comments because I was trying to keep up with y'all. I was trying to be great with y'all. But I see now that we also need work. We need understanding. We need to know when to be quiet. We need to know when to speak. So with that being said, sometimes us engaging, as the men are engaging, hopefully we can have a civil conversation and talk about it. You know, men can show up real well these days, I'm seeing, and they're with the horsemen. So let's see how the ladies can do the same, hopefully, prayerfully. You know, go ahead, Nudgy. That's all I got to say.
Just to piggyback off of what Rain is saying, and I've been in the comments, and she's right. I was really trying to keep up with everybody. I understand perspective, right? And we do understand that women, based on your experiences, you have a different perspective or a lens that you're looking out of. And sometimes our default is to be combative and to be defensive. And we don't lend opportunity to learn to hear a different perspective. So She Moves the Room was based on the premise that as women, wherever we are, we have the ability and the capacity to move the room in a positive direction or a negative direction. We make that decision. So She Moves the Room is a platform, positivity, where you can come and you can have authentic, genuine conversation. And we can, not just me and Rain, but me and maybe some of the other women that may come up, can help you navigate the space that you're in. Because you guys, we're coming into this male panel and they're giving their perspective. They're sharing their heart from a man's perspective. But a lot of us in the comment section, we don't hear any of it. We just hear, oh man, this, that, and the third. And you don't learn that way. You don't learn that way. So we're given this platform. We've created this platform to give us the space to really talk about some of the things. And even maybe bring some of the concerns that men are having based on their perspective into that room so we can dissect it. And maybe then we can hear and we can take back to the men how, the response to it. So again, the room is She Moves the Room, 6 p.m. Sunday, Eastern Standard Time. I really hope and pray that you all join. We really look forward to seeing you all.
Well, let me say this to all those who want to join that room. It will not be on my platform, but you can follow these ladies here. You can follow these ladies. So I'll give you a time if you ladies want to join. Please, by all means, follow these women because it will be on one of their platforms. But at least they have a set time at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're prepared, if you're on the West Coast, that's 3 o'clock. If you're not following Rain Love or you're not following Nudgy, please do. So that way you can, for those women that want to join, I think that it would be a good look for some of y'all women, to be honest. And I'm not just saying that because I know them. I'm saying that because from what I see on this app, y'all women need a safe space. Women need a safe space to have conversations and to get to understand. And sometimes us men need to be over there too, so we can understand what's really going on with women. Because we say that we know each other, but we truly don't. So this is a place where we can learn from each other. Hands down.
Just one other real quick thing. This is very important. Ladies, just know, you might get your toes stepped on a little bit.
A little bit.
You might be uncomfortable a little bit.
A little bit.
But in uncomfortability is where you grow. So if you can hold on, because a woman might say something that might trigger you and it might make you uncomfortable, but just try to curb your enthusiasm just to hear it out. That uncomfortableness may become a little bit more comfortable. So again, I am absolutely looking forward to seeing you all, because this is going to be an unbelievable opportunity for us women to grow, to unpack some things, and to see things a little different. Alan.
I want to say this. If y'all women can come here and sit in front of a bunch of men, y'all should be able to sit and have a woman and have a woman's hood. Like, where's the women unity at? What happened to the female? I'm my sister's keeper. You want to be up in men's faces, I respect that. And listen, we appreciate y'all. I'm not saying that I don't. Us men, we do. But women need to hear from other women as well. So I'm holding you women accountable. For all these women saying, I'm going to be there Sunday. I want to see you there Sunday, because I'm going to be there supporting as a man in the comments, not on the platform. Moderate.
Right.
Doing what they do. So
Yep, do your job well too.
I got you. I got y'all. I ain't got work, so I'm going to be up in the building. But anyway.
Ladies, And ladies, also, we have a group of men. The men that you see today, these men, hands down. I know some of y'all think they don't love women and all of that because I've seen it in comments. But these men give us the ultimate support, and I mean the ultimate support. They show up wherever we show up as support for us. So I just wanted to dispel the narrative that because they're giving their perspective, and you may not like it, that they have this thing against women or they don't want to let women be great. That is absolutely to the contrary. And you just saw a handful of the horsemen. There's a couple more missing. So, but just know that.
And last but not least, so sorry, babe. Okay. I also want to let you know the ladies that were asking, are they single? Are they married? It doesn't matter. Just order the calendar that's coming out on January 12th with all of them in there with some special quotes. And I think you will appreciate this calendar. It will be on each of the horsemen's websites where you can make the purchase. I mean, live, sorry, panels, whatever.
Yeah, you got
I'll get it together. Right. That's okay.
Yeah, what she said. Yes, there is a calendar coming out on Monday. I think you should guys to definitely purchase it. It's an amazing calendar. It's something that has never been done on TikTok before, and we the first ones to do it. Thanks to Big Bro D Ford for putting it all together, and for those that were behind the scenes doing it as well. And yeah, I think it's going to be amazing. So check our pages. If you're not following either one of us, check our pages. You'll see it on the joint. It's busting. Go get your calendar. Anyway, ladies, gotta pack y'all up. Love y'all. Yeah.
See you later.
Later. So that's how we do that on this side. Thank y'all again for your support. Like for real. Thanks, Mac. You already know Boogie down in the building. Mac, I'm gonna get you up here, bro. Matter of fact, if you pull up tomorrow, I'm gonna get you up on this platform. I'm gonna get you up here, Mac. I want to hear what you guys say. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow I'll be back live 9:00 Eastern Standard Time, and then we have the ladies going in Sunday. Monday morning we have my brother Ford Focus. If you're not following Ford, check him out. It's an amazing live, an amazing brother. He was up on the platform as well, one of the horsemen. And then on Tuesdays we have Cooking with Brethren. That's me. I ain't saying his name. Mr. Ford, D Ford, and myself. We're cooking with brothers, cooking and conversation. We just sit here, have conversation. We make breakfast, and we have good conversations. And then we back at it with your brother Velvet, 9:00 Eastern Standard Time on Wednesdays and Fridays and Saturdays. 9:00 Eastern Standard Time. Come and join us. Is what we do. Trying to shake, rattle, and roll the morning live to TikTok. Thank you again. Love y'all. May the love of the Lord be with us all until we meet again. In Jesus' name, amen. Listen, enjoy your Friday on purpose. It's not Friday, it's Friday. Turn up a little bit. Yes, 7-5, another powerful one, yo. I love what we're doing, and and this ain't stopped. There's still more work to be done. And for all you new brothers that's pulling up, if you want to come up on the platform and hit the request box, we accept all newcomers. All brothers can come up and want something to say. Real talk. I'm out. Happy birthday if it's your birthday. I see your birthday. Happy birthday, Janice. Or JC. I guess I don't want to say it very wrong. Mina, appreciate your support. For everybody that came up. But look, I can't thank y'all enough, man. Yep, from a small nation to a mighty nation. We got work to do. We got work to do, and we're gonna continue doing it. Thank you guys again. Peace and blessings. Tracy, I see you, sis. I'm out. I gotta stop. I gotta leave because you're gonna keep making me say, all right, babe, I'm out.